Well, okay, this is kind of an interesting situation. I mean, Tua has had some up and down weeks now. I thought he had a couple really good games. I thought he wasn't great against the Rams. Most players aren't. The Rams have a really good defense. And now in this game, he ends up getting benched. So what went wrong? Well, first things first, this was not just on Tua. This was on the entire offense. Really, the Denver defense just kind of shut down this Miami offense. It was a great defensive performance, and I do feel like the Denver defense is vastly underrated. They still do have a good defense. It's their offense that's been the problem this season. But let's start off with this play. This is actually a great play from Tua that ended in an incompletion. It's going to be a cover one blitz, so honestly, the pressure really got to Tua this game. I thought Denver did a good job. They also did a great job in the secondary, so, that's typically going to make things difficult on a quarterback when no one's getting separation and you don't have much time to throw. But on this play, he has a go route towards the sideline. These are good plays against this type of coverage since there's only one safety deep, and the safety who is going to stay deep is currently lined up to Tua's right, so Tua throwing to his left makes sense here. Once the ball is snapped, there is going to be pretty immediate pressure, but Tua gets around it and makes a really good throw, but it looks like the receiver kind of just slowed down for a second. I'm not sure if he just lost it or was trying to draw a penalty or what, but if he keeps running, that's probably a catch. It's at the very least a catchable ball that Tua threw there, and so that's not his fault. And obviously, if that one play is complete, that completely changes his numbers, and it turns from a terrible statistical day to a mediocre statistical day just on that one play. I'm not going to completely excuse Tua. He had some bad plays. His worst play ended up actually not counting because of a penalty. So, his best play probably didn't count because a receiver sort of slew down on their route, and then his worst play didn't count because of actually a phantom penalty. But anyways, what's going to happen on this one is that it's going to be a cover one play. It's a cover one robber. And so with the cover one robber, there's a safety covering the middle of the field, a safety covering deep. And for this concept for Miami, it can absolutely work out. I mean, he has a receiver running over the middle. So at a certain point, you would think that would be a one-on-one matchup, and since there's a cut in the route, this can definitely work out for Tua. On top of this, there's going to be a play action where Tua is going to actually roll out to his right, which is to the top of the screen. So this absolutely, it's not a terrible throw for him to make. He's going to look in that direction. So Tua does fake the handoff. He's going to roll out, and as you see, really what's going to be most important here is going to be the safety in the middle of the field. That's Justin Simmons, who's really an underrated player. He's having an incredible year. He's underrated simply just because he plays in Denver, and they haven't been good in a bit, so that's why a lot of people don't know about him. But he's tremendous, and he's doing a great job of seeing where the play is and just getting in that area. Because, in man coverage like that, when you're covering the middle of the field, it's a suggestion. You don't have to stay there, and he's doing a good job of essentially turning what should be a one-on-one matchup into a double team. Now, Tua looks deep, and he sees that one of his receivers is saying, hey, play's still going on. I'm going to try and crash back in. Let's see if I can get open, which I understand, and I understand why Tua wants to make this throw, but I'm just not sure if he ever saw Simmons here, because in fairness, this is something that doesn't happen in college. People aren't as talented as Simmons in college and don't make these incredible reads, and certainly aren't able to turn that into interceptions. But Tua makes the throw, and that was intercepted. There ended up being a holding call. As I said, it was a really weak holding call where it was AJ Boye. He actually grabbed the jersey, but he didn't pull at all. He just grabbed it. So I don't know why they called it, but I guess just they saw the grab and decided to throw the flag, even though there wasn't actually any, adjustment being made. So kind of a dumb penalty, and that hurt Denver. But yeah, I mean, that's just a play that shouldn't happen, and Tua got away with one. However, on this one, I think this next play is going to really sum up what went wrong for Miami this entire game. And what's going to happen on this play is that it's going to be man coverage. It's a cover one blitz, and you see the routes that Miami is running. They're just trying to get something open quick. That's all they're trying to do here. So this is not some elaborate play to get a ton of yards. It's a 2nd down and 10. They want to get 5-7 yards or so. Maybe someone can break a tackle and get a first down. It's just a quick play. Tua takes the snap, and you see, nobody is anywhere close to being open. Maybe Tua could make a quick throw and gain 5 yards or so, but there isn't a ton open. I still think that he probably should find a guy to throw to and get some yards. But it seems like the player he was looking towards kind of got taken away. I think he was looking at the guy all the way closest to the bottom of the screen, but due to the halfback in that area, there's now an extra Denver player in that area. So I think Tua just doesn't want to try that. But the other problem is that with only 5 offensive linemen blocking, because no one else is blocking, everyone else ran routes, you have 5 players rushing the passer. There's a lot of one-on-one matchups, and Denver's just won this most of the game. Tua's going to go down here with a sack. And, you can nitpick that for sure. Say Tua has to get rid of the ball there. He has to read it's a blitz. Know he has less time. Maybe get off to another read quicker than that. You can try to nitpick that, but I really feel like those are nitpicks. I feel like this is a great example of just the offense as a whole kind of failing against Denver. So then the question becomes, why did Tua get benched? And it's a fair question to ask, right? But I think that there's actually one clear reason, and it's going to be shown on a play that Tua is throwing the football. This is in the middle of the third quarter. It's still just a 3-point game. It's going to be man coverage. It's going to be a cover 1 play again. It's cover 1 blitz. And Devontae Parker is running a route. That's just a quick curl route. Nothing too fancy here. He just passed the first down marker. This is a 3rd down and 4. They just want to see if they can get the first down. And they really struggled to get separation. And so I think for Miami, they're kind of just saying, well, hey, we have a receiver who doesn't need separation to make catches, so let's just see if we can use that to our advantage. Tua takes the snap. He's going to fire one towards Parker, and Parker's able to make the grab. So I'm not going to say that's the only thing that was working, but that's probably the best thing that was working. And I think the reason why Flores decided to put in Fitzpatrick was he said, hey, if we need someone who's just going to throw up jump balls, obviously, Fitzpatrick is the better guy for doing just that. To everyone saying, well, doesn't this hurt Tua's confidence? I don't think so. Tua's an adult. He can handle it. I always find it weird how people act like NFL players are like these guys with completely fragile egos and whatever. They're adults. They can handle these things. If Brian Flores says, hey, typically what's working right now is just these kind of jump balls. Our receivers aren't getting separation, so we're going to put Fitzpatrick in to see if he can sort of, fire one out there, do his sort of gunslinger thing. I think Tua will understand that, and Tua's not going to freak out about it. I mean, literally, Tua has been named a starter over Fitzpatrick. He's fine. Although I do actually have to say, Fitzpatrick did add much more than just, throwing better 50-50 balls. Like, take a look at this one. So, what's interesting about this play is what Fitzpatrick is going to do pre-snap. Notice how, watch him point to a defensive player. He's looking at his halfback, and he's basically saying that, hey, I know that guy is going to blitz. You make sure you get over and block him. So he saw something before the snap. I don't really know what exactly he saw, but again, these guys watch a ton of tape. They can find out these tells, and so he figured it out. He sees some sort of tell, and he's going to tell his halfback to block him, which I just have to say, incredible that he's able to do that when he wasn't even supposed to be the starter. He wasn't even supposed to play in this game. Kind of just goes to show you how hardworking he probably is, that he's taking his backup role seriously, so give him a ton of credit for that. So he realizes that player is blitzing, and he is. And the reason why this is so fascinating is because of the play that's going to be called here. So for Denver, this actually is still going to be a 4-man rush. So it looks like a blitz, but it really isn't. You're going to have a defensive lineman actually be covering the halfback. So basically, if the halfback ends up blocking, then a defensive lineman drops back into coverage. So it's kind of a cover 1 whole play where a linebacker covers the middle of the field. You have one safety deep. There's going to be an extra player just dropping back into coverage because of the halfback blocking. And then on the top of the screen, it's all one-on-one matchups. And you see that with 2 players running over the middle and one running towards the sideline, the player running deep towards the sideline, that's a great route against this type of coverage. It's a one-on-one matchup. He has a cut. This can work. And so Fitzpatrick sort of just noticing this play, being able to help himself out by telling the halfback where to block to pick up sort of a clever rushing package by Denver. And now he knows what route to throw it to. Fitzpatrick takes the snap. Now, because of the halfback blocking, he has the time to make a throw and makes an accurate throw. And one of the few times Miami player was actually able to get separation. So just an all-around really good play by Fitzpatrick and by Miami. And so he was able to do stuff like that. Those are just him being in the league for a while, him realizing what's going on. Tua is still a rookie at the end of the day. But yeah, no reason to panic for Tua. maybe a bit of a reason to be a bit worried that, hey, your offense did get shut down by Denver's defense, but Denver's defense is good. Again, people are going to overreact. Sometimes these things happen, and it's not great, but at the end of the day, Miami, they're still a fringe playoff team. We'll see if they get it. That's kind of just what happened. So that's what I wanted to make a video on because I find it interesting. I think I've now made, 4 videos on Tua. I can't stop making videos on him. I don't know why. But, he's a lot of fun. So interesting situations going on down in South Florida. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.